Is it on?
Student Governance Deputy Director, Mr. Mbalani, is here. He'll also cover the words by the Executive Director in his absentia, the introduction of campus student parliament members, pledge of campus student parliament members, and closing. The director is also not here, but the SGO manager will handle that part. So welcome everybody to this auspicious event. You can give yourself a round of applause, guys, for making it. Again, thank you for joining us. You made a request for this day, and then we had to accept this request. We tried our best, even though other members are not here. I did receive a few apologies, most especially from the SRC members. Most people are still on their teaching practicals. So I will then call the SGO manager, Medalsi Madimabe, for her opening remarks.
Morning, everyone. I'm noting the Deputy Director. All protocol is observed. So, thank you, Shaba, regarding the opening for us. What I want to say regarding for today's ceremony is that means we have the student parent inauguration. So, yes, I want us to make sure that before I can start to apply ourselves, because for many years we haven't have the student permanent. Can you give yourself a house applause? So I'm going to just, before I give you my message, to just tell you about the purpose of this event. What's happening is, student parent, we are launching the student parent officially. And then so that it is, we are calling you so that we can be able to work. So what we're doing is, you guys from today must know that you are well recognized for everyone, to make sure that when you do your duties, you must know that all your duties must be also recognized. So this official launching of the student parents. So from today, we're going to make sure that you continue with your mandate. So mandate is to, at the SP campus, QwaQwa campus, you have to make sure that you advise our SRC and make sure that they are accommodating regarding the student population. So anything they are doing, they must make sure that they come to report to you guys to accommodate level. So for me, for my SGO, from this time, I want to say today, please make sure that you must know that SRC are the higher body, recognized body from the student community. Every decision they are going to do, you can be able to address them. You must not overpower SRC, so that you must know that what is your duties and also where the mandate are ending. So SRC is only the body who can liaise with the management. No SP members will allowed to engage management. That's what I want to say. So make sure that you stay, mandate. And please make sure that the Constitution is going to guide you to make sure that you implement your duties. So I want to say that now we are now recognized from the SGO office. So from now, make sure that I don't expect any conflict between you and SRC. Make sure that you may stay in your lane, and make sure that you don't overstep. Yes, don't overstep SRC responsibility. So because we are doing the inauguration, we don't say that you are over or having the powers over the SRC. That's what I wanted to say. So make sure that when you serve students, serve them not looking your structures. Make sure that where you're coming, you are going to serve all students equally, fairly. Don't be biased, because I know that all of you come from different structures. So if you can make sure that I still repeating that it's very important to stay in your lane, because important next time anything happen in campus, I don't want to see any student permanent calling mass meeting. That one must be very clear. Must know that only SRC is able to call mass meeting. And then as a student permanent, when anything happening or whether memorandum has been submitted, you must make sure that you engage SRC and see how you can assist them. You must not be part of the problem or conflict. You must make sure that when you receive their memo, must make sure that once they receive their responses, must engage them, advise them to engage management further. Because what I observed that SRC, after submitting the memo, they just receive the response. After that, they don't see any need to engage further about the issues that were outstanding. So that you guys, because we are here now, must make sure that the SRC memos, responses, you encourage them to engage further. So we don't want to see any protest as much we are here, because I'm going to look in your duties and your rules. We are here to advise SRC. That means in the coming days, I don't want to see any protest whereas SP is around. You must also make sure that you invest your energy to assist SRC and advise them well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Medalsi Madima Be, the Student Governance Manager. I think the message is clear. We'll then move to words by the Institutional Student Governance Deputy Director, Mr. Mphola Mbalani. Thank you for making time to be with us today, my good sir.
No, thanks, Chab. I think when you set up a podium, you must ask us to send say how tall are you, so that the podium is a little bit shorter. Oh, it's not supposed to be touched. Colleagues, good day. And I must make a disclaimer right from the beginning that I'm going to leave after this part of the program because I was due to here at 10:15. So all engagements that were scheduled were then shifted in and around that time. And there are other engagements that I need to form part of this afternoon. As already introduced, to those who may not know me, I am Mphola Mbalani. I'm the Deputy Director for the Institutional Student Governance Office, and also I'm the Head of Student Affairs at the South Campus. I think when one reflects at the last time when the Student Governance Office had a functional core governance structures, it must have been over 5 years ago, where I could confidently say Student Governance Office had functional core governance structures. Because you do have student governance structures, the SRC, FSCs, associations and organizations, but you also have core governance structures. That includes student parliament. So for me, this year is my proudest year in student governance because across the 3 campuses, we've seen parliament being revived. And I want you to give yourselves another round of applause just for that. Because more than often, students and student leaders think the responsibility for accountability and other aspects of student leadership lie with student governance staff, but it doesn't. It does not lie with staff alone, it lies with student leaders holding each other accountable. So today, it's not just an inauguration of the campus student parliament, but it gives us an opportunity as a department to reaffirm our commitment to student leadership, a commitment where we will expand platforms for student engagement, for student voice, but also a commitment to ensure that those who raise their hand and get elected to be in leadership keep to that and they are held accountable because that is in the interest of students. And the establishment of parliament signals a shift from just a representation, as a symbolic thing, but to representation as a lived experience for our students. Because through structures such as these, parliament, you are then able to, 1, debate critical matters that affect students. Because through parliament, you ought to be able to interrogate the university policies through parliament. Through parliament, and people think you'll transform higher education through protests. If you want to transform higher education, you've got to go to the genesis of what constitutes higher education. And what constitutes the University of the Free State is its policies and all the guiding documents. So if you want to transform the institution, you've got to go to the genesis of the university. Because everything that comes out of protests sometimes becomes just something to get the protest out of the way. But if you go to the genesis through parliament and you interrogate, I'm looking forward to a day where a parliament is sitting and is interrogating a particular policy of the institution and the extent at which it benefits the students or the extent at which it disadvantages the students. It is not my responsibility. It is not the responsibility of student governance, but it is the responsibility of this core governance structure, which is parliament. So I do want you to really take yourselves and your responsibility very seriously. And we must be honest with ourselves. A parliament in and of itself does not guarantee democracy. The establishment does not guarantee democracy. Its value will be determined by how it functions. And there are three key questions that at the end of the term of this parliament, you must respond to. And the extent at which you've responded positively to those questions will determine whether or not you served your purpose. And the first question is, will this be a space of robust and respectful dialogue? That is the first question. So at the end, Speaker, you must be able to respond to that question. Was it a space of robust dialogue? Did you create that space? Will it elevate the concerns of students? We come from a generation where parliament existed and former presidents were serving as advisors to parliament for continuity. I will speak as if I don't work for this institution, because management will start discussions with student leaders. Just when we are approaching implementation phase, student governance will announce the election schedule. And then the leadership changes. When the leadership changes, who ensures continuity? Because you will then come back again and say, we want a student center, as if it's a new call or demand. But if you look down the memory lane, this is something that was demanded 6 years ago. But because of the inability of students to self-organize themselves, we will pretend as if it's a new demand, and we'll say we'll look into it and we will check if there are available funds and etc. And you take another 6 months to do that, and then we announce a schedule and leadership keeps changing. The idea I'm bringing to you is that when you deal with issues of student leadership, you have to be selfless, and you've got to be matured enough to depoliticize them and make them about students, because it was never about you to start with. This has always been and should always be about the students of this institution. So that is the second question, the extent at which you've elevated student issues. The last one, will it move beyond rhetoric and produce tangible outcomes? There must be tangible outcomes at the end of your term that you are able to say, this is what we have produced as the parliament in QwaQwa. And that is very critical, because it is in those tangible outcomes that the next parliament will build on. So, as I move towards my conclusion, because I don't want to take too much of your time, Parliament, in my view, must be a site of accountability where student leaders come in and account. And because sometimes when the institution holds student leaders accountable, it is often conflated with victimization. But it is important that you as student leaders hold each other accountable. That is very critical. This must be a site of accountability, It must be a site of innovation, and it must be a site that we as the institution will count on in terms of driving transformation in this university. Because higher education is complex, but it becomes complicated when you have people who do not know what their role is in the sector. Each and every one of us here have a role. And I must say it without being too controversial. Parliament is allowed to ask for records from Student Governance Office to say, we want to verify, just gonna make an example, want to verify what SRCs have presented to us as Parliament, want to verify whether or not it's true. I mean, nowadays we live in AI, people come up with nice projects on AI and presentations on AI. Parliament has that as part of its mandate. To say SGO, Udube says the budget that was allocated, he used it for 1, 2, 3, 4. We want documents to verify whether this was true or not. But the idea behind that is for constructive development and constructive engagement, but also so that Parliament is not taken lightly. Parliament, though it does not take away from the SRC, has the responsibilities of conducting its own oversight, because you've got to verify certain things. You can't be a Parliament that only exists to debate here, and you don't conduct your own oversight just to make sure. So maybe in one of the days, I will come back and we'll have an extended conversation around the vision that as a department we have of Parliament and other student governance structures, and how we can work together to make sure that we take this institution and particularly the QwaQwa campus forward. But I do want to extend my message of support to you and commit that as an institution, we are rallying behind you. And it is rare for staff members to be worried about the non-existence of Parliament. We could be comfortable that it doesn't exist, but I'm not. Because the failure of Parliament to exist and execute its functions effectively is delaying the transformation of higher education in South Africa. So my interest is there, because you've got to play your role in contributing towards the transformation of higher education in South Africa. These are not symbolic, or rather should not be symbolic structures and symbolic positions. So from the university management and on behalf of the Executive Director of Student Affairs, Sport, Arts and Culture, we are rallying behind you. I mean, a few weeks ago when Shaba sent an email and said, we don't have funding for Parliament, I didn't think twice, because Parliament is very close to my heart. I said, this is the sponsorship from the office to make sure that Parliament sits in QwaQwa. Because I do not want any other reason why Parliament cannot exist. So we do wish you the best in your tenure. As a way of supporting, we will also bring in a few other colleagues that have interacted and interfaced with Parliament-related matters. And they will come in and have conversations with you to empower you further. But this is for the next sessions. I know, for instance, we have a colleague at the Bloemfontein campus, Thabo Duma, is very critical in terms of the development of standing orders for Parliament. Because you want to be a very organized Parliament, and a Parliament that has integrity. So feel free to reach out to my office through SGO. We will support you. In whichever way you need support, we will definitely support you. And I must congratulate, as I leave, the Speaker, Deputy Speaker, and the Secretary. Congratulations on your appointment to the role. Colleagues, thank you so much. Thanks, Chair.
Thank you. Thank you so much, DD. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the last part of our program. I will then call upon the members of Parliament Those, I will only be calling those that are in. So if you know that you didn't sign but you are here now, please just make me aware. I will start by announcing the Speaker of the Parliament. That will be Mr. Simpiwe Dube. The Deputy Speaker in his absentia, Mr. Penwell Cylinder. And the Secretary, Mr. Ndumo Kagiso. In the House, we have Mcebo Hlati, the CSRC President. You are recognized, my good sir. Alwande Mazibuko, Madisia Bonga, Lukele Austin, Kumete, Nyatikazi, Kunene, Nkejani Dineo Dondashe, Kumalon Tombi, Chabedi, Dei Nelisiwe, Siliso Lihlohonolo, Ndumo Kagiso, Duzeni, and then Ms. Mochelo M., the Prime of Kutlwano. Guys, we are going to stand up and gather around here as you take an oath to the office. So the members of Parliament, please come gather this side.
Hey, Chief, can I start with the speaker? Thank you.
Greetings to the members at large, members of Parliament, all protocols observed. I, Simpiwe Dube, solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the Student Parliament, serve the student body with the integrity and discharge of my duties without fear or favor or prejudice. So help me God. I swear I affirm the University of the Free State.
Chief,
Deputy Speaker is not here. Kagiso Ndumo, Secretary of the Parliament.
Greetings to the House at large, our respective honorable members. My sworn of oath, I, Kagiso Ndumo Mzondeki, I solemnly affirm that I will uphold the Constitution of the Student Parliament of QwaQwa Campus, serve the student body with the integrity and discharge my duties without favor, without any fear or any form of prejudice. So help me God. Thank you.
yeah, can you come, all of you guys, and then you can speak together? Oh. Bakit nako?
They must stand here.
Yeah. Maka, attention, it's on this. Worship, what's going to happen? Please come and then just call your name. Then after that, can talk all together with a saw. Remember? So, can I get the camera to fix them, please? Can you hear? Yeah. Can you come, please, all of you? Yeah. You can hold the mug open in the middle. Okay. Come here. Just here. Worship, are you ready? Yes. Can
So you will say it all at once? Yeah, you may start.
That I will uphold the Constitution of the Student Parliament, that the student will with integrity and discharge my duties without fear, favor, or prejudice. So help me God, I so affirm.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Can I photo? You can come here so that we can have one photo. Please. Right. Okay. Okay, sorry. Okay.
Very right. Which one we're going to take a break then
Yeah,
later,
but
sir.
Joe. Then I put a hand in the one that go high, you go, we want to have Baba again, Baba chick out of True. What are the camera? Chap, can you toast the office? One. Yeah. Kopa di tika mona. Photo e right. Ito so. Kapin, kapin. Mo. Skin size. Hey. Mami na makilay si man. Hey. Mami na hag tata mo. Uy pala official. Then which they have now.
Yeah, recognize. Okay, okay.
What don't you something? Yang kini buat. Maka. Kasi nakata mo.
Leadership, from the Office of the Student Governance Office, you are officially recognized, and congratulations once more. Thank you so much. Leadership, we'll then go to our second session. We are going to move from here to Tshimolohong. We will have our lunch there. Our first session is officially closed. Thank you so much.